Hi everybody, we're going to do all about the planks, part 2, so we're just going to start off with the warm-up. Okay, I just want you to bring in that spine into neutral and just think about that posture nice and tall, and let's just shoulder roll out. And now I want you to start to engage through the pelvic floor at your highest height and then drawing the navel towards the spine. Let's just start to shoulder roll forward. Okay, let's start to do some arm circles. We're going to do 6 forward and 6 in reverse. We're just warming up the shoulders, the triceps, the biceps, as we're working our full body weight, which is very challenging. Taking it to the other side, 6 forward and 6 back. And just start to be aware of how you feel. Let's start to open that chest, really squeeze through those shoulder blades. And let's go across like we're hugging. And we're changing our arm direction each time. Let's go to the side. So we're targeting around that chest muscle, then to the other. Okay, let's just start to twist the neck side to side. It's getting some mobility in. And let's turn our head side to side. I want you to bring your hand at the back of your head and just bring your chin to your chest and breathe deeply into those upper back muscles. And release. Okay, we're just going to do some calf raises to prepare our lower legs. Coming up, squeeze, and slowly down. If you want to bring the arms out, do so. I'm just keeping my arms down so I can challenge the balance more. I really want that balance to be in when I'm planking. We're going to do a 50 seconds on with a 10-second rest. If you find it too hard, you can keep coming out of it. Reset yourself and release. Okay, are we ready? So we're going to take it roll down to a walkout plank, and if you need to bend through your knees, do so. 50 seconds on with a 10-second rest. Good core control. Slowly coming down, walking out onto the wrist, center yourself, and then slowly come back. So stabilise for a couple of seconds, just so your body starts to register what we're trying to aim for. You always need to make sure that your wrists are underneath your shoulders throughout and you're staying stable through the pelvis. So working those stabilising muscles, so important, because they really help to reduce our back pain. Last one, we're going to come all the way down to the floor. We're going to extend the legs out and we're going to work marching legs. So one's ready in preparation. Then I'm going to switch and switch. So we're just getting used to being on our wrists. Taking our body weight. Working those lower legs, so getting a bit of stretch through those core muscles. Through the calf muscles. Through the thighs. After this, we're going to be on all 4 hover. But we will come off our wrists just to release them. Make sure you're not tipping too much through your pelvis and you're looking slightly forward on the floor so you're keeping your neck in a really good position. Let's just release, shoulder roll out, and then we're going to work all 4 knee hover and we're going to work up and down to mobilise the back. Coming up, hovering down. You're still looking slightly forward, that's your gaze that I want you to take on board when you're planking. Really working that full body the whole time. Make sure you are connecting to that core, it's so important. You'll get so much more out of it. If you're struggling, cat flick those wrists, reset those knees down and go again. All you can keep doing is trying for a better position, for more strength. It's going to be tough. Cat flick out again, you're doing really well. And see how you can reset yourself. Okay, let's just sit back again, shoulder roll out. This time we're going to work plank shoulder taps. You can either bend your toes for more advance, or you can be on a 3/4. If you're on a 3/4, you're leaning from the hip and you're going to work opposite shoulder taps. If you're coming on your toes, I would go wider between the legs just to stabilise the pelvis a lot more. You might want to squeeze the bottom. It might offer more support for your back, especially if you're not very strong in the core. You're doing really well. Just keep flowing with the breath. Half childed, stretch the shoulders, then we're in plank to side plank. So you can either be on 3/4 and you rotate, so either side, or you can come into full position and then rotate here. Make sure you're staying stable a little bit for a few seconds on the side so your brain starts to understand the pattern. Half childed, then we're going to work plank toe tap. So you can either be on your forearm or you can be on your wrist. Coming up, side to side. So you're coming out lateral with the legs. Keep the shoulder blades pulled down to the back pocket. Looking slightly forward of your mat on the floor to keep your cervical vertebrae in line with your thoracic and lumbar. You might want to squeeze the bum, especially if you haven't got a great connection. Doing so good. Stretch those shoulders. Afterwards, we're going to work a similar move to climbers. Knee in towards the elbow. Coming up, full position, knee in. So you're working lateral. So we're working on targeting through the hip. It's getting tough. Half child it to stretch those shoulders and come back to it. Oops, I'm doing the wrong move here. Knee to elbow. Really work that mobility. Off those wrists, shoulder roll out. Okay, we're going to work side twos. Stretch out, stack up and down. Harder level, put the hand on the sides of the leg. So I'm not necessarily thinking about a ginormous height, but I am thinking about the stability here through the pelvis. If you want your hand on the floor, do so. Really be aware of how it feels. After this, you can either be in a full side plank, or you could either be on your forearm or your wrist, or you can be in a 3/4 for side plank twist. Arm reaches up, we twist under, and then we lengthen and open. Make sure the wrist is directly underneath the shoulder, driving up. This is modified, more harder, top leg goes over, and lengthen. Really open up through that chest. After this, we're going to work on the other side, side twos, just so we can have a break from our wrists. Stack up. Do you have your hand in front, or did you have your hand here? Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. After this, we're going to think about that side plank twist. So did you do it on your forearm, did you do it 3/4, or did you do it full? So I started on 3/4, so I'm going to do the same, just so I can aim for really good symmetry either side. So I'm getting ready. And then I went into full afterwards. Twist under and lengthen and open that chest. It's a lot of wrist and shoulder control. Working every muscle in our body right now. Really be in tune with how you feel, and if you need more breaks, rest or pause. Afterwards, we're going to work our reverse plank on our wrist, tabletop. We're going to work hip thrust so we can warm up the lower back again. So I've got my hands turned in, my fingers towards my bum. You can have them the other way, whatever's best for you. Come to tabletop, up and down. Really squeeze that bum and make sure your pelvis is level. Doing amazing. I'm going to stay in this position afterwards, and we're going to work the alternating arm and leg lift. And if that's a struggle for you, what you can do is keep your legs in tabletop and just work your arms, or you could just work your legs. Let's just release and stretch. Maybe do a little shoulder stretch in our breather. Still staying in tabletop. You're going to extend one arm on one leg. Reset down, then the other. Or, if you'd rather stay on the same side, it's a lot more modified. So you could do 6 one side, and then do the 6 the other side. Alternating is harder because you've really got to get that balance going on. I'm going to do 3 either side here as time is ticking. Okay, we're going to come all the way down and we're going to work a reverse plank, hold, just down with our legs lifted. If you need support, put your hands underneath your bottom. We're going to extend the legs. If you want to lift through your chest, do so, but you're stretching those legs away to the really uncomfortable. Let's start to flutter. You're really working through the lower part of your tummy, your lower back is imprinted. If you haven't got your chest up, then bring your legs higher because you'll need more support for your lower back. The more you stretch those legs away, the more you'll feel it in your abdominals. After this, we're going to work a 3/4 side plank, knee to elbow touch. If you want to work harder, work in full. Well done. You might want to just bring the knees to the chest, massage out that back, a circle either side, and let's get ready. I'm going to work on my wrist, hand here, knee to elbow. See how I'm really lengthening out again. I'm staying lateral. I'm not bobbing the neck forward. After this, we're going to stay on this side and we're going to work our side ones in a 3/4 side plank. But we'll go on to high kneeling as our breather. Getting a bit of a shoulder stretch here as well as you're extending. Let's come on to high kneeling as our breather. And we're going to work our side ones. And I'm going to bring the arm over the head to touch the leg. Doing really well. Keep the focus. I know it's tough. It's going to make your body so much stronger for Pilates. Okay, just have a little breather. Work those wrists. Okay, before we go to the other side, we're going to work plank leg pull on the wrist. Work on lifting the leg, slow and controlled, taking it to the other. I like to push through my heel, so I'm getting more of a calf stretch. Make sure you're not sticking your bottom in the air higher than your back, and you're looking slightly forward of the mat. Circle out the wrist and we're going to be on the other 3/4 side plank, elbow to knee crunch. Are we ready? Make sure you're staying lateral with the neck and you're not bobbing it forward. Really focus on that breathing pattern. It really helps you to get through really tricky moves. We're going to have a little breather and then we're going to go to our side ones. Still on the 3/4 plank. Shoulder roll out. Okay, in position. I have my arm here. I lifted and lengthened. Is that core still on? I hope so. It helps flatten the abdominals and protect your back. We'll do some wrist work when we start to stretch out, just to reset them. It's taken a lot of control. Okay, we're going to come onto our forearms now, and we're going to extend our legs to straight and try and lift up. So we're going to lift up, squeeze that bum, drive those hip bones to the ceiling. If you get tired, reset down and back up. Keep clenching that bottom as much as you can. Reset down, come back up. Reset down, you're doing amazing, 15 seconds. After this, we're going to go on our wrists and work supine leg pull. So we're going to stay in our reverse plank, but we're going to work our leg lifts. You can either have your hands in, or you can change it to hands out. I prefer mine in. Lifting up. Drive up those hip bones. Think about that piece of string pulling you up from the toe to the pubic bone. You're nearly there, you're doing amazing. I know you can do it. Really bringing in those hamstrings here, the upper rear thighs. Circle out those wrists. We're going to go back on it and work lateral legs like we did in our prone position. Side. Still driving up the hips. Breathe there, you can drop through your bum, have a little rest and go back. Just keep pushing those hip bones up. Got one more move after this. We're going to do plank to downward dog. Make sure that pelvis is really straight. If it's not, then you're maybe not activating a bottom muscle. So let's just circle those wrists and we're going to do plank to downward dog. Come into your plank, push up, Head between arms, sit bones high and circle forward. So we're really working the flexibility through our toes as we push forward. Don't be arching the lower back. Maybe keep your bottom activated if your core is not strong. It's your last move. Then we're going to do some stretches. Well done. Okay, so first we're going to start on cat-cow. So chin goes to chest. We're just going to start to release those abs and back that have worked so hard for us. Really pushing that bottom out. Last set. Then we're going to go to puppy pose. We're going to stretch our arms forward to stretch out our upper back. If you can have your chin on the floor with your eyes looking forward and your butt in the air, do so. You might just be extending the arms out. You might not be as far down as this. And then release. And then we're just going to stretch out that chest and thread the needle. Stretch out that chest and thread the needle. And then we're going to do the other side now. Stretch out, then thread. Okay, we're just going to do a little bit of wrist stuff. So we're going to come onto our all fours and we're going to work outer, turning. Then take your clock face in reverse. Just working on releasing our wrist from the hard work that we've done. Last time. Okay, we're just going to bring our palms facing up and our hands together, and we're just going to push through the chest. So we're still working mobility of the wrists. And I'm pushing my chest down just to overload those forearms. I'm keeping my wrists locked. Last one. And release. Okay, we're going to take it to our seated hip stretch. We're going to extend one leg out. The other leg's going to come over that elbow. I'm going to rotate and I'm going to twist through. Now you should feel this all the way up to the hip, to the bottom, all the upper back. Then I want you to bring this on the inner and then take that one out. Wedge your weight towards the side and reach the foot, and then if you can, bring the arm over the head. And try and keep your buttocks connected to the floor. Okay, so we're going to do that advanced hip stretch now, but the other side. So rotate, opposite elbow, rotate round as far as you can to release that tension in the buttocks and the hip. Okay, we're going to put that one down now and we're going to take this one out laterally. We're going to wedge our, twist our spine towards that foot, and then we're going to come over, trying to keep connection with the buttocks on the floor. You should feel all the stretch from the shoulder all the way down into the pelvis. We're just going to bring our legs out forward. We're going to lift one leg and we're going to circle the ankle. So probably 5 or 6 circles one way and 5 or 6 circles the other way. Then I want you to come into another seated position, whichever's best for you, and work the shoulder. Arm down, triceps. Make sure your head is up though. And then the other shoulder. Hope you enjoyed it. I know it's tough, but it's such good work. You did brilliant. And let's just stretch our neck side to side. And let's bring our chin to our chest and hold. Just to stretch the upper back a little bit more. And then carefully coming up to standing. And I just want you to do a couple of roll down just to see if you've got more length through your spine. Chin to chest, slowly peeling down. Well, I definitely have. How was yours? Reset the shoulders, last one.